Omega-3 fatty acids are one of the most widely known supplements that's sometimes used for a wide variety of health effects, including brain health. But how fast do these supplements start to work? Hi, I'm Dr. Patricia Shelton, lead medical communicator for Tahiro. And let's take a look at this article here on Tahiro's website about how fast you can expect omega-3 to start having health effects. Now, people can be looking for all kinds of different health effects when they take omega-3s. Improved heart health is a really common one, better eye or skin health, and many people are taking them for brain health, such as more stable mood, improved cognitive function, reduced risk of dementia. Sometimes people are concerned about possible signs that they had low levels, such as hair and nails being really brittle, skin being really dry, high triglycerides. The research on cholesterol is a little bit less consistent, but we've definitely seen high triglycerides can often be lowered by omega-3s, and triglycerides are a type of fat associated to heart disease. And then things like mood swings, trouble concentrating, trouble sleeping, right? These kind of brain function symptoms can mean that the brain needs more omega-3. So how would you go about increasing the omega-3 in your body? One way is through diet, and really the only way to get the long-chain omega-3s through diet is by eating fish, fatty fish. Vegan sources like nuts and seeds, things that you might eat that are plant-based, generally only have the short-chain omega-3s in them. So for the long-chain omega-3s, you need fish or fish oil, but for people who are concerned about environmental issues or toxins in seafood, or who are vegan or vegetarian, they want a plant-based source. Really, the only plant-based source of the long-chain omega-3s is algae. And that's not a type of algae that you would find in a grocery store to eat. It's something that's found in a supplement. So any way that you're getting omega-3 into your body, how quickly can you expect it to have an impact? Well, when you take one dose of omega-3, yes, a few hours later, we do see kind of a little spike in the blood, and then that goes away, right? And after one dose, you're probably not going to feel anything, right? So if you take one dose of omega-3, or you eat some fish or something like that, and you don't notice any impact right away, that actually makes a lot of sense. In fact, these things take quite a bit longer to work than that. And one reason is that they need to build up to what we call steady state. And this means that enough of the fatty acid has built up in the body so that it's consistently present in the bloodstream, right? Instead of just coming and then kind of going away. After a longer period of time, we reach a point where it's more consistent in the bloodstream. And that takes at least 6 weeks up to about 18 weeks. So we're talking about 4 months, give or take, to reach that steady state in the blood. So it's going to take at least that long, really, to start noticing the impact. However, often it takes even longer than that, because one of the major ways omega-3s work is by becoming incorporated into cell membranes of all types of cells throughout the body. And this helps the membranes be more flexible and fluid to improve the function of the cells. And that takes some time even after reaching the steady state. We find that about 4 to 6 months after starting an omega-3 supplement, we reach kind of maximum incorporation of omega-3s into cell membranes. And that is something that you can measure, but most people don't measure it. It's kind of expensive to measure, and it's pretty consistently going to take 4 to 6 months. It can happen a little faster if we do higher dose supplementation, but that can cause a lot of side effects, and it's probably not really recommended. So 4 to 6 months is what we can expect to incorporate the fatty acids into the cell membranes. Now, keep in mind, some of the benefits may still take even longer to be noticed. For example, omega-3s reduce chronic inflammation throughout the body. This is one of the major ways that they're known to produce that huge variety of benefits. Chronic inflammation causes damage over time. Reversing that damage is going to take time. Similar with brain function. Once those omega-3s are incorporated into the membranes of the neurons in the brain, for that to kind of show in terms of brain function on a larger scale, that's going to take a little while. So we will say 6 months up to about a year, so potentially even longer, but at about a year, you would probably be seeing most of the benefits that you're going to see. A year of consistently making sure that you're getting the omega-3s into you, whether through diet or through supplement. And if algae oil versus fish oil, honestly, they're probably pretty comparable in this way. They're both going to need to be taken consistently over time for it to work. There's some small studies showing algae oil could maybe work a little faster, but all of these things, we don't want to think about them as a quick fix. We want to think about them as a long-term investment in health. Even if you get your omega-3s through diet, you decide you're going to start eating fish, it needs to happen consistently over that 6 months to a year there in order for you to start seeing those benefits. And a lot of people find that consistency is easier with a supplement than with food, but certainly you can do it either way. Just make sure you're getting a good mix of those long chain omega-3s into the body for the optimal benefits for brain health and other functions in the body. So if you have any questions, please feel free to email us at knowledge@tahiro.com. And as always, we're wishing you great brain health.